Gosh, so new beginnings, letting go, and so making space for the things for the year to come. So I invite you to start actually standing up. The apologies for not sending the link earlier. So I was still trying to get into the new year spirit. So finding literally your feet, find that connection with the earth, and just bring in just those kind of gentle movements. So we bring our arms up, reaching up, lengthening, and then exhale. Slowly bring your arms alongside the body. So just gently moving, warming up, using the breath. Inhale and exhale, slowly settling down. So a few rounds here, keep it soft, keep it smooth. And exhale slowly down. So there might be a few noises. I think it's that unicorn. So it's kind of letting us know it's still up there. Good. So moving, creating space in the shoulder girdle. And almost visualize you moving the breath up into the upper parts of your lungs. A few rounds here, inhaling, lengthen, and exhaling slowly, coming down. So 2 more rounds here, inhale, and exhale. Last one here, inhale, reaching up, and exhale, slowly coming down. So we use those postures. Maybe see which postures today work good in your body, which feel less good in this moment. So bring your arms up once more. Interlace your fingers, stretch your palms up high, and then lean to one side. Keep it very soft, so a bit like a tree in the wind, kind of its branches swaying in the wind. So perhaps you want to stay for a little bit longer on one side. You don't have to, but maybe explore also making perhaps the arms a little bit more active. Perhaps keep them passive, more of a longer stretch, perhaps a little bit of a deeper bend, releasing, relaxing the elbows. So just finding into that body of yours, making friends again. And then find your way back to center, big arm circle. Give them a bit of a shake. So creating more length in the side body. Bring your arms out to the sides, palms facing up, and then the fingertips of your right hand rest on your, I'm not mirroring, so you can just listen to instructions and move your head away from that extended arm. So tilt your ear towards the right palm, towards your right hand, and then change. So just softening here, tilting one head towards one side. Find your own little rhythm, your flow. And notice if you might be holding the breath. So use the exhale today to let go of anything that's holding you back. Perhaps any obstacles, maybe challenges from last year that are still kind of lingering. So again, without straining yourself, so just gently. You may want to stay a bit longer. You may just want to move gently from side to side. Perhaps explore, even bring the arms slightly lower down. So just stretching as well as lengthening, kind of flossing those nerves running across the neck. One more on each side. Keep it soft. And then release. So arms tend to probably get already heavy. Give them a bit of a shake. Shake it all out. So moving just to different areas of your neck, you may want to circle your head, chin towards the chest as you look over one side of your shoulder. And then find your way back to center. Let your shoulders just shrug. You bring that fluidity into the body. So you can bring the palms together, feet a little bit wider. You can just, as if you're drawing circles in the air. So use the body, maybe even lean forward to stay clear of any maybe areas that feel a bit tense. Perhaps come back later, maybe over to the side, behind you. So just to bring those stretches, bringing that softness back into the body after probably a longer period of just not doing anything. Weather wasn't that great, so we probably moved less. Perhaps even look over your shoulder, a bit of a twist. So there's a bit of clicking going on, I hear that, which is a good way. So we are made to move, so make the most of it. Use that kind of creativity, that flow of energy. So once we remove those blockages in the body, we feel better. Lovely. And then bring the movement also back to stillness. Gentle twist. So just floppy arms, explore, bring the feet also in different directions. You may just want to keep the big toe on the floor as you twist. Keeping your arms maybe lower, explore different heights. Rib cage, shoulder girdle. Good. Nice. So we're using just the first week of January to slowly ease back in, to set the foundation, inviting new energy, new opportunity. And slowly, without stopping straight away, so kind of just let it end. Floppy arms. Good. And then kind of attending more to the lower part of the body. So use your arms as you reach up, inhale, a bit like a waterfall, arms out to the sides as you lean forward, soft legs. So without aiming for perfection, reach your or roll up as you come back up to standing, heavy arms, heavy back. And then kind of you to find your own little flow as you do a couple of those rounds, leaning forward, softening. Maybe give your neck, your head a bit of a shake. So noticing which areas feel tight. Hamstrings, maybe there's a bit of a pull on the lower back. So just keep it quite soft. You may want to hang out here for a little bit longer if it feels good. If you feel like doing it, stay for a little bit longer. If you want to move more continuously, rise up, uncurl, lengthen. So exploring just that, stretching the whole back line from the backs of your legs, heels, all the way to the back of your neck. Good. So if you feel a bit dizzy as you come up, take it just a little slower. So finding perhaps 2 more kind of rounds to explore. And we are all meeting then in that forward fold, staying for a little bit longer. And in that forward fold, you may want to just sway your arms from side to side. You may hold on to both sides of your shin, of your calf, as you just move into a very gentle twist. So that softness is key. And bring that movement back to stillness. Slowly roll back up to standing. Heavy upper back. Roll the shoulders back. Good. So, oiling the major kind of parts in the body. Sun is out. Calls for sun salutations. So, I suggest kind of using the downward dog to walk into the downward dog. So from the back of your mat, same softness. So literally just adding on from here, reaching up. And then exhale, arms wide, fold forward. Halfway lift, so hands can slide up as you stretch your upper back. Exhale, folding forward, walk into your dog. So just pedaling down here, swaying. So play with your body, play with different muscle groups. You can make it stronger, you can keep it just so. So explore here, wiggling, twisting, perhaps just shifting your bottom from side to side. Then bring your knees down and lower all the way onto your belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. So elbows have your ribcage as you roll the shoulders back, lift up. And slowly lower, twice more. So rolling the shoulders back, engaging your legs. Lifting up. Exhale, lower. Last one, you roll the shoulders back as you lift up. And lower. Take a moment just to lengthen. Perhaps finding your breath. Remember exhaling, letting go of any obstacles. And then press into your hands. Tabletop and all the way up to downward dog. So maybe take the feet as wide as your yoga mat. Bend your knees as you shift your bottom from side to side. So getting into those into the areas in your outer hip. And walk your hands back towards your feet. Remain in the forward fold for a couple of breaths. You may want to hold on to opposite elbows. A little bit of a sway maybe as well. So the more you take your chin towards your chest, the more you release the back of your neck. So imagine what doesn't serve you, what you want to let go of from 2021. And release your arms and slowly uncurve vertebra to vertebra. Oh, good. Are you feeling taller? Good. Adding on from here. Arms out wide, reach up. Exhale, arms wide, a little bit waterfall. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Walk into your dog. Maybe you want to make the dog a little stronger. Perhaps you want to lift one leg up. Again, invitation, remember using your energy levels. So you can stay here, maybe bend knees. Literally, it's your dog's tail. Maybe just stretch and bend your knee, change sides. Good. Maybe a little bit of a wiggle, bit of a shift. And then bring your knees down and once more lower onto your belly. So this time, bring your hands a little bit further out to the sides. So kind of those spider areas. So the floor is washed. Probably a bit like a waving cobra. So looking over one shoulder. So you can keep feet. So it's a gentle way of just mobilizing the upper back. Perhaps you want to look underneath. Perhaps you want to look over your shoulder. So keep it quite soft. Maybe you want to squeeze the shoulder blades together and perhaps just have a little bit of a wiggle here. So we're really hopefully getting into every corner of the body today. And bring your hands underneath your forehead. Just make it cushion. Perhaps wiggle out your bottom. Maybe roll on your forehead to release your neck. So checking in with your body, with your emotional, physical, and mental body. Stay for another 3 restful breaths. perhaps a deep belly breath, perhaps a little bit of a shallow breath. So explore, how does your breath feel this morning? From here, bring your hands underneath your shoulders again, lifting up into tabletop. From here, stopping and stepping your right foot forward. So you're just traveling through, or you can always pop a blanket underneath your knee. On the inhale, sweep the arms up, slide back bend if it feels okay, lifting the chest. And exhale, bring your hands down, just releasing the left hip. Inhale, reaching up again, slide back bend. Exhale, down. Last one here, inhale, reaching up. And exhale. Hands down, step back into tabletop. And all the way up into downward dog. So again, personal choice. Maybe a little bit of a wiggle, perhaps three-legged downward dog, maybe crisscrossing, zigzagging your feet. So the left foot steps over towards the right side and vice versa. And bring your feet back into neutral, natural position. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Slowly uncurl as you rise up. Good. Again, mixing it up a bit. So kind of a balancing pose, but still getting into different corners. Step your right foot over your left foot, please. And bring your left hand kind of as if you're holding a big snowball. So it's ballerina type of holding. And right arm reaches up. So then lean over towards your left side. Look down towards your right foot. And breathe into that right side of your waist. Good. Switching sides, so stepping back, your arms kind of do the exact opposite. Left foot steps over, right arm reaches, and then turn your gaze towards your left foot. Breathe into the left side of your body. Coming back to the opposite side. So do a couple of those rounds. You can stay for a little bit longer. You can just travel through those postures. So emphasis is here on lengthening the side body. You can make the arms as active or as passive as you wish. You can play with the position of the foot, maybe take it further down, further or closer. So just finding space here. Good. Last one on each side. Kind of foot off joint completely now. Good. And then when you're done, shake it out. So any kind of movement here, notice how the body feels. So from your second side, from the back of your mat, deep inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, arms wide, lean forward, forward. Halfway lift. And exhale, folding forward. Hands down as you walk into your downward dog. So a little bit of pedaling, perhaps shaking your neck, shaking your head out. Say yes, say no. Again, you can move into free leg downward dog. Perhaps bring one hand, say right hand towards the left calf or left ankle, left knee, crossing over. Again, respond to your energy level. So you may want to just stay in the traditional downward dog. So get whole blood circulation going. So depending on energy levels, you can move into plank and then lower down onto your belly, or you can bring these down and then softening into coming onto the floor. So this time, bring your hands into Sphinx posture. So bring forearms down as you press your palms into your forearms into the floor, lengthening, lifting for the rib cage. And look over your right shoulder and left shoulder. So walking for your neck. If your lower back starts to play up a little bit, draw your belly in, so you're drawing the belly button away from your mat, so you're protecting the lower back. You can continue or progress from here, lifting perhaps your elbows, stretching through the front body. Activate your feet, so lift your knees away from the floor. The tops of your feet press into the floor. Look over your right shoulder and over your left shoulder. And slowly lower back down, make a cushion with your palms, perhaps wiggling your hips from side to side. Stay for 3 long, nourishing, full regular breaths. Perhaps breathing into the back body, into your rib cage, into the backs of your shoulders. So just that visualization that the back perhaps lifts and rises gently. So where do you need a little bit more nourishment? Where's still old, stale energy stuck? So from here, finish that last deep breath. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders again, pressing into tabletop, and step your left foot forward. So take padding for your right knee as you lift up, slight back bend, and exhale, lower, releasing the right hip a little bit closer towards you. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower. Good, last one here, reaching up, and exhale, lower. So step back into tabletop. This time perhaps a little bit of a wiggle. So circling perhaps in tabletop, stretching into child's pose. If you wish, you can rest in child's pose. So if you feel you want to have a little bit of a breather, rest in child's pose. Otherwise, you can continue to circle, perhaps maybe go in one direction. So keep it soft, perhaps gentle cat and cows here as well for the spine. So softening and mobilizing the joints. So if you're resting in tabletop, resting in child's pose, please make your way back up into tabletop and curl your toes under downward dog. So a little bit more free movement. So you can explore different ways to keep your feet. If you feel have got lots of energy, you can also move into plank, back into downward dog. So have a little bit of a flow playing between those two postures. If you do flow into plank, perhaps come into lifting the heels first, like a wave, roll into plank, find stability, and then on the exhale, move back up into downward dog. Then just suggestions, you can keep different variations of downward dog. And we are moving into standing. So from downward dog, walk your hands back towards your feet. And stay for 2 to 3 deep breaths in that forward fold. Have a bit of a soft bend in your knees. And literally visualize there's a door at the top of your head. So let go of anything you don't want to take into the new year. So visualization is quite powerful. Where attention goes, energy flows. And then slowly rise up here. Good. Okay, a little bit of a water, so just twist it out. So how does the twist feel second time around? Does it feel easier? Does it feel less clicky? Does it have the muscles supporting the spine start to release? So keep it fluid, explore. Good. And then bring that movement back to stillness. So from the back of your mat, please step forward with your right foot, setting up to warrior two, the left foot parallel to the shoulder of your mat, the right foot pointing forward. Bend through your knees. So maybe depending on if you've done any stretching over the holidays, it may feel a little bit delicate. So take time to just find the right stance. So then we're doing a little bit of a flow of warrior two. So kind of turning on our mats. So once you've found your right stance, where it feels good, where your knee points forward, so it might point inward a little bit, weaker supports, perhaps turn your knee out so it faces forward. Then find your arms as you stretch your right arm out in front of you, left arm reaches back, looking over your right middle finger. So on the inhale, bring your arms up, turn your right foot in and turn your left foot out. So you're looking literally to the opposite side of your mat as you come into warrior two. So inhale, stretching both legs, turn the left foot. And exhale, coming back to look towards the front of your mat. So reaching the arms up, landing in warrior two. So yeah, I'll probably just come over. Yeah. Position. So looking back and also looking forward. So lengthening. Good. So explore, literally looking back and looking forward. Lovely. So we all meet looking forward again. So the right foot is pointing forward. So you're looking towards me. Good. From here, extended side angle. Either hand or your forearm reaches forward. Turn your feet around so you're looking forward again. Right foot forward. Forward this way. That's it. And reaching over. So similar movement here, reaching up, changing feet, back to warrior two and into the extended side angle. So we are literally traveling through it. Our feet are changing directions as we stretch the side body. So you can almost pause here, turn your foot and stretch the upper arm over. So once you why would you let it flow? You may want to adjust your feet perhaps if the stance is too wide. You may feel like you're ending up in splits. That's next week. Yeah. So one more posture here, and then we face the long edge of your mat. So both feet parallel. And just fold forward, releasing the upper body down. You can hold on to your shins, to your thighs, give your head a little bit of a shape. So if it feels okay, you may want to bring your hands down or just Hold them where you have the best support. Once more, releasing the back. So 2 more breaths. And then slowly rising up. Rolling shoulders back. Take your feet a little bit closer together, please. So again, a little bit of free movement. So you may want to sway your leg from side to side. You may want to bring your arms in as well, big arm circle, perhaps like as if you just sweeping the floor. It's probably the best way to describe it. So you can be closer to the floor. You can just be up here. You can do any kind of circular flow to move through your hips. So the further or the closer you go towards the floor, the more strength is probably required to come back up to standing. Change directions of those circles as well. So go on the opposite side. Maybe bend the knees less deep, maybe deeper. So explore different variations. Good. Lovely. And once more, find that stillness. Find your breath as you fold forward. So wherever your hands feel the most appropriate, gentle, perhaps shake through your neck, yes and no. And breathing deeply into your belly button. So deep breaths, kind of working, breathing against gravity. Strengthens the lungs. And brings calmness into the body and mind. Very slowly roll back up to standing, uncurve. Bring your feet together. So bring your hands behind your back, make a fist perhaps. So emphasis now to stretching through the front body. Your elbows can be bent, or you can stretch your arms all the way away from your body towards the floor, whatever feels most accessible. And focus on squeezing those shoulder blades together. So whether it's the elbows moving towards one another, or it's that squeeze, both is possible, whatever is most accessible. And soften, maybe a little bit of a head, neck rolls. And coming back into the posture. So either elbows draw back or you press your palms away from the body, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Focus on the flow of air coming in through your nose. And then soften. So moving towards the floor, coming into seated position. From the back of your mat, you can roll down for downward dog. You can come straight into child's pose, or perhaps play a little bit more in downward dog. So choice is yours. So you can slowly roll down, walk into your dog. Any free movement, perhaps if you want to lift one leg up, perhaps one knee's bend. And find your way back to rest for child's pose. You can bring the big toes together, knees a little bit wider, so there's enough space for the lower back to soften, for the abdominals to release. So support your forehead either on the floor, perhaps with both hands, perhaps fists stacked on top of each other. So connect to that breath of yours. Every exhale symbolizes letting go of something stagnant from the previous day. Any challenges? The last deep breath in child's pose. And then slowly rise into any seated or into a seated position, swinging your legs forward and bringing the soles of your feet together, the outer edges of your soles. So you can wobble around a little bit, find or to make space for your sitting bones, and perhaps even use the opportunity to circle. So lengthening. So your feet can be closer, they can be further away from you, whatever feels most accessible. So bring that softness once more into your upper body, translating all the way into your hips, changing perhaps directions. Even leaning back, holding onto your shins, to your knees. So make that stretch meaningful for you. So perhaps even using your arms, swaying from side to side once more, side stretch, using the upper arm as lever to deepen the stretch if you wish. Good. Moving into a bit of stillness. So our hands can be on the floor, on your shins, holding onto your feet, and allowing the upper body to release over your legs towards the floor. And I invite you to lengthen the exhale. So if you breathe in perhaps to count of 4, perhaps lengthen the exhale to 5, 6, 7, 8, perhaps even 10, whatever feels accessible. So the posture that probably feels the most uncomfortable is the posture that we may need the most. So 2 more breath cycles. And then slowly coming back up to seated. Bring the feet on the floor. You can take your feet to the outside edges of your mat, knees pointing up. And then release, windscreen wiping your legs, hips. You can make a twist as your upper body goes in the opposite direction. If you shuffle forward, then just shuffle back to the center of your mat. Glutes that probably have been lazy over the past few weeks get also enough to your feet. Exploring, maybe even leaning over, look over your shoulder, using the arm against preference. If it feels uncomfortable, stay. Just windscreen right by legs. Perhaps even hold on the opposite shoulder, look over your shoulder. So just find the stretches that work for you. If you explore, maybe notice which side feels tighter or easier accessible. So there's probably always something to detect. So do one more on each side to keep balance. Return back to center and just roll back onto your spine. So literally child's pose on your back, allowing the spine to release your legs, adding a little bit of weight. So just connecting here to a sense of being rather than doing. Holding on to your knees, to your thighs, to your shins, maybe just letting your legs hover. Bring the left foot down, hold onto your right knee, to your right shin. Right. Just have a bit of a squeeze as you bring the right leg closer towards your stomach. If it feels uncomfortable, take your right kneecap just slightly out towards the right armpit, so you have more space to breathe. You may want to circle your right foot, perhaps just mobilizing your ankle. So even though it doesn't appear like we're doing anything, so just a slight weight. It's beneficial for the digestive system, for the lower back. And then begin to extend that right leg up towards the ceiling. Perhaps feels a bit maybe tight to start with. Perhaps wiggle your leg or shake your leg and then hug your knee back in towards your chest. So kind of releasing and extending. You can hold onto the back of your right thigh or just keep the leg kind of hovering. So if it feels okay, flex your feet so the toes point towards your face, towards your head as the leg is extended. And maybe do some leg circles. So keep the legs as straight as it's possible and circle, make small circles, perhaps noticing how it feels, taking the leg out to over the midline, crossing over to the left side. And bring that rocking back to stillness. You can hold onto the back of your right thigh and lift your upper body up towards your knee, towards your face. So you're stretching the back line and then releasing. On the release, you can hug your knee back in. So a little bit of a sequence as you extend. You might want to lift your upper body up. And as you release, hug your knee back in. So you can determine where you want to spend most time, either hugging the knee in or maybe being in that stretch. Use the position of your foot to deepen the stretch if you wish, and having the left foot on the floor. literally releasing a bit of tightness from the right side of your body. Finish the last round, whether it's hugging your knee in or extending the leg up, and then cross your right ankle over your left knee. Coming to figure 4 stretch. You may want to just use the right hand gently push against your right knee or bring the left leg closer in. So it depends on hip mobility, any perhaps tightness. And let the mind settle. So once the body is in a good place, tension free, then the mind follows. So a couple of more breaths. And uncross your right leg, bring the right foot down, hug your left knee in. So just let it hover here as well. So you can circle through your left ankle. Perhaps slow circles, maybe faster circles. So just acknowledging how the left side feels. So mobilizing for all the joints the body brings, so lets the energy flow a little bit more freely through the body. And then begin to extend your left leg up, perhaps keep it soft, maybe a bit of a wiggle, a bit of a shake, and then hug your knee back in. So keep it more dynamic as you begin to lengthen and release. Maybe you want to already begin to explore different foot positions. We just keep it quite soft. Notice if you're holding your breath. Remember, each pose is an open doorway, an invitation to unfold. When you feel ready and you want to keep that left leg extended up a little bit longer, perhaps flex your toes and then circle through that left leg. So if you want to keep the foot in that position, explore moving to one side, maybe crossing slightly over the midline. And then catching your leg again. If you wish, you can lift your upper body up towards your knee, towards your thigh. And soften back down, bending your knee. So decide how long you want to stay in each posture. So there's no right or wrong, it's what the body feels best, most accessible. If your neck causes you trouble, bring your chin a little bit closer towards your chest as you lift up. So it may cause an additional stretch for the back neck, but may protect or may feel easier on the neck. 2 more rounds, whether it's more static or more dynamic. And then cross your left ankle over your right knee. So you may want to stay here or move your right leg closer to you, lifting off your foot. Two more breath cycles. Bring your foot down, or perhaps hug both knees in, so whatever feels good. Maybe you want to curl together like a little ball. Perhaps just rock on your lower back. And then set yourself up for relaxation. So I will put on additional socks, blankets, jumpers. So use that opportunity to bring the practice together. So whether your knees are bent or legs stretched out, you can soften your gaze or have your eyes closed. And then connect back to any sensations in your body. Feel the breath moving in through your nose and out through your nose. And allow the full weight of your body to release into the earth. So the breath probably naturally slows down, finds its own rhythm. Inhale and exhale. As you subtly guide your attention to all those different places, areas, your body is in contact with the floor. So it could be your ankles, soles of your feet, your shins, calves, backs of your knees. Softening your abdominals, release your lower back. Your mid back. your upper back and shoulders. If you get distracted by any noises, bring the awareness back to perhaps the sound of your breath, or the texture of your breath, temperature of your breath. Bring a sense of heaviness into your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists and fingers. Fully releasing the weight of your head. Clenching your teeth, softening your jaw. Relaxing all the muscles in your face. Breathe in, balance. Breathe out, relief. Breathe in, energy. Breathe out, appreciation. Breathe in, trust. Breathe out, hope and happiness. Breathe in easily. Breathe out and relax. Breathe in, balance. Breathe out, relief. Breathe in, energy. Breathe out, appreciation. Breathe in, trust. Breathe out, hope and happiness. Breathe in easily. Breathe out and relax. Your body and mind are at ease. Slowly begin to invite deeper breaths back into your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers, your toes, your hands, your feet. Stretching your arms, perhaps overhead. Stretching from fingertips to toes. Maybe hug your knees back in. A bit of a rock or just remaining still. And then slowly roll over to one side. Stay there for a breath or two. Find your way back up into any seated position. So, last stretch here. Deep breath. And then gather everything you need of, bring it back in. Throw your head towards your heart. Happy New Year and thank you for joining. Namaste. Thank you.